Derek, thank you. As the temperature continues to drop tonight, dozens of people will be braving the cold intense in Fort Myers Lions Park. They're not doing it for fun. They're doing it because that's where they live and have been for some time now. Fox 4's Rochelle Alleyne spent the day digging into the issue of homelessness in Fort Myers and working to figure out what local leaders are doing about it.
Amazing grace.
On a sunny corner in Fort Myers,
Shall always be.
we found a little bit of that grace in Benny Ray King.
God gave me another chance, so I'm leaving the state tomorrow and I'm going to start over.
The gospel singer and musician tells us he found himself on the streets of Southwest Florida last year.
Sometimes life happens, and it could have been you.
And as King finds his ticket out,
I never thought I'd be here.
a few streets over, we find dozens camping out in the cold in Lions Park. Dawn Cullen says she's been homeless for a month and sleeping in the park for a week.
And all it takes is just a couple things. Mine started red tide, lost a job, and then just one thing led to another.
She says she's currently waiting on her disability checks to kick in to help her get inside.
Nobody should have to live like that.
Fort Myers Mayor Kevin Anderson says the homeless technically have the right to stay out there, at least during the hours the park is open to the public.
The police have been tolerant with them at Lions Park because if you chase them away from there, there's no place else to go.
But it's a situation that might make you ask if the city should be stepping in to do more. But Mayor Anderson says that responsibility should lie more heavily on private groups.
There's a lot of people have a misconception over what the responsibility of government is. And the government is under no obligation to feed, clothe, or house people.
We caught up with the assistant Lee County manager, Mark Mora, at the park, and he sees it a bit differently.
Yeah, I think government plays a big role in that, primarily because a lot of the funding is passed through the county.
Mora says the county offered to shelter people at the park and only 8 agreed to go. He says it's mainly due to the fact that many have been kicked out of some of those same shelters in the past or are being asked to follow certain rules.
You know, there's some issues that we got to resolve, and that's why we're out here. We like to listen as well.
As people from all sides of this issue look for solutions, King says he's leaning on grace.
I believe with all my heart, God gonna touch people's hearts to help people get off the streets and help them start over with a fresh life.
In Fort Myers,
Every one of my needs.
Rochelle Alleyne, Fox 4.